Studland Bay. Beautiful, calm, serene. But Studland Bay hides many World War II secrets and was once the battlefield where D-Day really began.
I'm here at Studland Bay in Dorset, specifically within Fort Henry.
Studland Bay was the secret practice ground for D-Day. On the 18th of April 1944, the Allied troops would gather for the final time.
This was the full-scale final practice by Allied forces before D-Day, and the first time that DD tanks were used and a full regiment landed on the beach. The exercise took place with all nations involved in the expeditionary force participating. It was also a live firing exercise which brought real danger to the troops. The exercise was witnessed by King George VI, Churchill and Eisenhower. Fort Henry here was built in 1943 in order to keep them safe from any stray bullets. Fort Henry is perched on a small cliff above the bay and gives an unprecedented view of the beach. I can only imagine the nervousness and excitement that both Churchill and Eisenhower felt stepping into this bunker for the first time, ready to witness Exercise Smash. Studland Bay was chosen because of its proximity to the Lulworth Ranges and quite a few evacuated villages. It also is in an unpopulated area. Studland Bay has similar topographical features to the Normandy beaches. It's why it was chosen for this exercise, just like Exercise Tiger at Slapton Sands. See my other video. Exercise Smash saw the use of DD or duplex drive tanks for the first time.
The DD or duplex drive tank worked on the Archimedes principle of water displacement. The DD tank's flotation system involved the use of large inflatable rubber skirts or buoyant flotation screens. These skirts were designed to be inflated with compressed air and filled with water-resistant materials, providing the tank with the necessary buoyancy to float in the water. The tank's hull itself was also sealed to prevent water from entering. A combination of airtight seals and buoyancy, the hull needed to remain watertight for the tank to stay afloat. Once the skirt was inflated, it essentially created a large inflatable seal around the lower portion of the tank, ensuring that it didn't sink. The flotation system allowed the DD tank to be launched from landing crafts several miles offshore and swim its way to the beach. At the rear, the Sherman DD tank had propellers connected to the drive shafts. This allowed the tank to power its way to the beach, albeit at a lowly 4 knots.
Unfortunately, several of the tanks were unloaded far too far out to sea. This resulted in the loss of 6 men. However, those men's lives weren't lost in vain. The lessons learned here were replicated on the Normandy beaches and prevented countless lives from being lost. As my own challenge across the D-Day beaches looms ever closer, I sometimes think and ponder what the Allied forces thought when they came to places like this to practice, with D-Day being only a few short weeks away. They must have been ready to enter hell in order to stop evil, especially after losses like we had here at Exercise Smash. Following in their footsteps at places like Fort Henry and Studland Bay, I can only imagine what they were feeling and their trepidation with D-Day being just a few short weeks away. Thank you so much for watching this video about Exercise Smash and Studland Bay. Please don't forget to subscribe and drop a like if you enjoyed the video. Thank you very much.